By golly, let's get going, shall we? Happy Thursday, 6th day of December 2018. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. Just 19 more days until Christmas. That reminds me, if you haven't gotten me my present yet, and of course you all should be out shopping and getting me presents for Christmas, don't forget my rule of thumb when it comes to presents. I like my presents big and expensive, all right? That's the two rules. If you're going to give me a present, big and expensive. And the bigger and more expensive it is, obviously, the better. That's just a good rule of thumb. Good show for you today. Lots of things going on. We could get a little bit of snow this weekend, especially on Sunday. Mountains are going to get quite a bit of snow. We could get a dusting or two here come Sunday, especially Sunday night into Monday. So we could have a very interesting commute come next Monday. Forecast details are coming up. Also take a quick look at the mountain pass. This is a lot of news to get to. A lengthy newscast, lengthy sportscast. Great basketball game last night between the Bulldogs and the Huskies in Spokane. We'll talk about that. Gonzaga pulled it out at the very, very end. We'll have that. Also the latest prep results from yesterday and a look at what's going to be happening today. We also have the very first Everyone is Entitled to Mike Magnotti's Opinion. It's a trip down memory lane. Episode number 1 will come your way at the bottom of the hour. Also, it's Thursday. Kennel cameos will be coming your way. We'll see if we can get Chance the cat a home. Kennel cameos at the bottom of the hour. And my guest is Dr. Sue Kane. She's back again. She's been on this program numerous times. Of course, she's the director of the Apple STEM Network. They've been doing this Hour of Code project all week long. In fact, we have a news story on that. When we get to the newscast, Dr. Sue Kane will talk about that in depth in the back half of the program. It's 2 minutes after the hour. If you're ready, one more thing. Megan is in control. Now we can go around the valley with our Valley View cameras, and we say good morning to the valley proper with our cross camera located just adjacent to the iconic cross at the very tip of Wenatchee Heights. That is just a spectacular view. I had a phone call from a viewer a couple of days ago, said, how do I get that for a screenshot from my computer? And I walked him through it, and now that's his desktop background, his wallpaper on his computer is that shot right there. Beautiful shot of the Wenatchee Valley with the mighty Columbia rolling right along. And you can see up on Birch Mountain, it's got a little bit of snow on the top of it. Again, mountains are going to get a lot of snow, especially on Sunday. We can get a little bit. It's not going to last, though. Details are coming up. Camera 2, what do we have? We are going to visit, that is, don't tell me, is that Bear Mountain? That's Upper Butte pointing the other direction. That's a good shot. So Lake Chelan looking to the northwest up the Stehekin Way. So that would be Manson and the Wapato Point area on your right, and the beautiful lake sitting there full of water. It's a good time of the year, by the way, to visit Lake Chelan if you like to avoid the crowds, because the restaurants are still open and you can still have a nice peaceful weekend at Lake Chelan without having to worry about choppy water with boats all over the place. Good morning, Lake Chelan. Camera 3 is Nanapock Ridge, and that's pulled way back. That's just gorgeous. Winter wonderland, and by the way, that's one of the better places. If you haven't gotten your Christmas tree yet and you'd like to go out into the forest to do it, first of all, the permit's only like $5. That's a heck of a deal. Plus, it's a great family thing to do. And that's a really good place to go Christmas tree hunting, is the Nanapock Ridge area. Lots of beautiful, beautiful trees to pick from and put up. And if you haven't gotten your tree up already, most people do. And finally, camera 4. Have we gone through all the cameras? I've lost track. There we go, Apple Annie's. The Apple Annie's camera. Yeah, that's looking at, of course, at Cashmere. You can see both bridges, 2 of the 3 bridges that go into the greater Cashmere area. You can see Riverside Park, Cashmere Riverside Center, the 911 Memorial. Beautiful view there from Cashmere. And you can even see Mount Stewart and Mount Cashmere, clear as a bell. And that's what we're going to have today. Quite a bit of sunshine. Not bad at all. From the National Weather Service, here's your forecast. Once again, another dry and fairly sunny day today. Afternoon high temperature 32, just a little bit below normal. Normally we're about 34. That's what we hit yesterday, by the way, 34 degrees. So just dry and cool. Patchy morning fog burns off. Quite a bit of sunshine. Partly cloudy tonight, 21 for the overnight low. One more day of sunshine, quite a bit of it on Friday. High of 31. Things start to change a little bit and get a little more active. Super light chance of super light snow Friday night. I'm not betting on it. Saturday, partly sunny and a high of 36. Sunday is when things get rather interesting. That's when a wet weather pattern begins to work its way into north central Washington. Sunday afternoon, we could get a little bit of light snow, half an inch, that's it on Sunday. But we have a chance of maybe an inch of snow Sunday night into Monday. So getting up on Monday morning, we could have some white stuff on the ground. But if you look at the afternoon high on Monday, 37 degrees, whatever we get, it's not going to last very much. Slight chance of light snow Monday night spilling into Tuesday. But again, any kind of precipitation we get. Could see a rain-snow mix on Monday and Tuesday. Those afternoon highs bumping back up above normal. Whatever snow we get is not going to last very long. There is your forecast. Again, the best chance of measurable snow Sunday night, early Sunday or late Sunday night, spilling in to Monday morning. Now the passes, that's another story altogether. Next couple of days going to be fine all the way through Sunday, and then they're going to get quite a bit of snow, and they could use it up in the upper elevations. Let's take you around the passes. We'll start out with I-90. It's a live shot of Snoqualmie Pass. No advisories, no restrictions. The roadway is bare and dry, and you can just do that. Repeat it for Stevens. Again, no advisories, no restrictions. The roadway is bare and dry. They haven't any significant precipitation at all in the mountain passes for the last 3-4 days. Anyway, Blewett Pass, no advisories, no restrictions. Some patches of frost and ice. You can expect that this time of the year on US 97. Blewett Pass, again, of the big three, no advisories, no restrictions. Good morning, Blewett. Good to see you there. Forecast for today, tonight, Friday night, nothing really at all in the mountain passes. Some light snow Friday night on Stevens, around an inch Friday night into Saturday. That's really about it. The big story is going to be Sunday. They're going to get snow. All of the major mountain passes are going to get snow. I-90 is going to get a couple of inches of snow. Blue is going to get a couple of inches of snow. Stevens is going to get about 4 inches of snow on Sunday. That spills into Sunday night, and then intermittent snow showers off and on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week in the Cascades. So if you plan on traveling Sunday into Sunday night in the Cascades, you will have winter driving conditions. Right now it's smooth sailing. 6 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we have a lot of news to get to. It was a busy day around the newsroom yesterday. We'll start your day with the information you need in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 49 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
I came here to CVCH because one of my friends referred me. When I met Dr. Jocelyn, she was just amazing. She connected with my son, and it meant so much to me. He opens up so quickly because she just sits there and plays with him. It really is like going to see a friend. It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted and respected. It just feels like home.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley. Christian Shainman here with Bay Equity Home Loans.
Let us make your dream of home ownership a reality. We're here to guide you through the loan process every step of the way. Check out our convenient online application. Bay Equity Home Loans in Wenatchee, your home for loans.
Stop on by or give us a call today.
Eight minutes after the hour on this Thursday, the 6th day of December. I am Dan Kuntz. 25 degrees, fair skies. We'll get up to about 32 with quite a bit of sunshine. And once again, if you're just joining us, a possibility of some light snow coming down and sticking to the ground Sunday night into Monday morning. Here's what's making headlines. This was the scene yesterday morning as the body of fallen Leavenworth soldier Leandro Jasso was transported from Painbourne Memorial Airport to Heritage Memorial Chapel. Sergeant Jasso, of course, was killed in action in Afghanistan a couple of weeks ago. He was a member of the U.S. Army's elite Ranger unit. His funeral is Sunday. That's when a procession will make its way from East Wenatchee to Leavenworth. It begins at about 9:30 prior to services at Cascade High School, scheduled to begin there at 11. Intersections along the route will be temporarily closed as the procession passes. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office, by the way, says if you, as a member of the public, would like to show your respect, the best places to do so would be on Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee and along Highway 2 from Riverbend Drive to the Chumpstick Highway. Well, people who live in the area surrounding last summer's Cougar Creek fire are going to have a chance to hear from experts on Saturday, December 15th on what to expect next. The fire, about 20 miles northwest of Entiat, burned more than 40,000 acres. Now the concern has become flooding and debris flows in the burned areas. The meeting begins at 1 o'clock at the Entiat Fire Hall in Entiat. Experts from several federal and county agencies will talk about steps property owners can take to prepare for any flooding problems. The lightning-caused fire started on July 28th and wasn't contained until late October. Well, a national survey ranks Wenatchee among the best small places for businesses and careers. The survey, conducted by Forbes magazine, ranks Wenatchee number 29 on the list, behind Columbus, Indiana, and Appleton, Wisconsin. Mount Vernon, by the way, placed 27th in the survey. The rankings are based on three main factors: the cost of doing business, job growth, and education. The survey of 200 cities across the country ranks Wenatchee as #1 in terms of the cost of doing business, ahead of Jacksonville, North Carolina. Wenatchee ranks 11th in job growth and 99th in education. Bill Motzenbacher is stepping down as superintendent of the Cascade School District in Leavenworth. He will be retiring in June, but the district has already begun the process of finding a replacement. It's reported that the district will work with former North Central ESD Superintendent Gene Sherritt in that search process. Motzenbacher was hired in 2014 to succeed Steve McKenna, who now serves as a commissioner on the Chelan County PUD. The school district now invites the community to participate in an online survey. They want to find out the qualities the community wants to see in a new superintendent. The school board has also scheduled 4 public meetings to further discuss the search process. Applications are scheduled to be sent out on December 28th. Candidate interviews will begin in March. Well, after 7 years of service, Douglas County Sheriff's Office Canine Hamu has officially retired. Hamu is a Belgian Malinois who began working with the department in July of 2011. He's been with his handler, Deputy Mike Baker, from the very beginning. Baker was able to purchase his partner for just $1, so Hamu will continue to live in his home during his retirement. Hamu was trained in both tracking of suspects and drug sniffing in 2015. He was one of the 350 police dogs nationwide to receive a ballistic vest from a Groupon fundraising event. Happy retirement, Hamu. Well, what would normally be a quiet school night was actually an exciting evening for students and parents at Rock Island Elementary, as nearly 100 participants gathered at the library for the National Hour of Code Challenge during Computer Science Awareness Week. Dozens of schools are opening their doors to students and parents this week to show off their coding skills in Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, and Quincy. Harriet Fox is an ELL specialist at Rock Island Elementary School. She said the night was a partnership between the North Central Educational Services District, GWADA, and Microsoft.
I've been here 21 years, a long time, and I think this is probably the best attended parent night we've ever had. Sometimes it's a struggle. Parents are very busy, families are very busy, there's a lot going on. So to come into school in the evening, sometimes it's pretty hard for families. But this is like, we have a full house. We have more people almost than we have space for, which is really, really awesome.
One more. Right. You have to do one more.
No, because we're going now and
She's always pushing me to come to the school. I'm not really, I'm always young to be with her at the school. She did reread it. So she brought me here, and I'm happy that she's learning, and I didn't know about this program. She's really smart. I'm really proud of her.
oh, this is hard.
Well, they actually have to code in order to play the game. So if you want to move your character, you know, down the road 4 steps and then go around the barricade and then jump over something, you actually have to code each of those steps in order to be able to do that. So it's not like you just get to play the game. You have to actually code the individual steps. So 3 steps forward, turn to the right 2 steps, turn to the left 3 steps. And so you're actually coding each of those steps in. And they get credit for every little bit of code that they put in there successfully to get their character to move along.
I really love my job. For the little ones, advice, code.org. Practice. Coding can be kind of, hard at times, but, with practice, you guys get really good at it. And take the opportunity for these programs. Anything with technology, take advantage of it.
See what happens.
One of the things we do is encourage kids to think about the future. So we really encourage our families to think about graduating from high school, how important that is, opportunities to go to college and technical school to build those skills. So even though this is an elementary school, we're already planting that. So this really goes along with kind of planting those seeds of what will you do in the future and why is school important. My goal is to get kids and their parents to realize there are a lot of opportunities with technology and that it's more than just playing video games, that there are things that you can do that challenge your brain. You can use that technology to do all kinds of cool and interesting things, and who knows, might be lots of opportunities in the future. It's only going to get bigger and bigger.
And once again, Dr. Sue Kane will be my guest in the second half of the program to talk more in depth about the hour of code. Well, of course, the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive is in full swing with a special event yesterday at one of our local caches for toys. Our very own Eric Granstrom was there on Rachel's shopping spree.
We're back at Hooked on Toys, and it is our second of our 3 shopping sprees with one of our kid experts. Rachel is going to take us around with her help from her sister to find some toys for the kids in the Wenatchee Valley through the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive today at Hooked on Toys.
Looking for the Legos.
Legos?
That's the first thing we're going to go for. All right, here they are. All right, let's pick some out. Do you want to get, those are really big. Do you want to get these? These look fun. All right.
Thing, you open them up and then they pop out.
Oh, wow.
So these are like indestructible books. So they're chew-proof, rip-proof. They can go in the washer and the dryer. So yeah, they're for babies.
It's a surprise, and they have water that either comes out of their ears, or tinkles, or they cry, or they can color change or spit. Yeah.
All right.
Or
That's
spit?
so cool. Yes, they can spit. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get some ponies, some soft ponies, and a hard pony that can move. Yeah.
It's the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive.
What did you find? Ooh, I love these. Whoa!
All right. Good work. All right.
Was that fun? Yeah.
So what did you guys think of that?
It was great. I loved that.
Yeah?
I love shopping.
You guys made a huge difference in a lot of kids' lives today. Do you realize that?
Yeah, it feels amazing. I'm really happy about it.
Now, if you haven't had a chance to come out to Hooked on Toys or one of our other locations to drop off a toy, please do so. And if you need some ideas on how to help find that perfect toy, we've got this tree right behind us here. It's got the little tags on it. Just pick a tag off the tree, go shop for that toy for a girl or boy, and purchase it and drop it in the box. And we'll make sure that it gets to one of our organizations here in the Wenatchee Valley that are helping to disperse the toys to those who could use it. Here at Hooked on Toys for the second of our 3 shopping sprees with the kid experts, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCW Live channel.
Good stuff, Eric. Just go with the experts. It makes it so much easier. This is the list that Eric was referring to in his report. It's available on the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive Facebook page. It's very detailed, everything from infant and toddler all the way up to 8th grade and higher. All the cool toys that the kids want this year, or if you're not sure, gift cards work as well. Then you drop it off of any of our sponsored locations. New and unwrapped toys is what we're looking for, and we're running out of time. There's only 9 days left in the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. All right, let's get her done. 19 minutes after the hour, the news comes your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 10 are your 3 chances to check out the news with Grant Olson in the anchor chair. Grant also handles your weather forecast. Eric Granstrom with sports. You can watch it on TV, or as we like to say in the business, television, at 5, 6, and 10. Available on demand on our website and available on our Facebook page right around 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the evening. Going to take a quick break. When we come back, sports, the obscure holiday, birthdays, today in history. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. Very first one he ever did. Megan McPherson is going to talk you through kennel cameos. I believe Chance the Cat is trying to find a home. We'll have all that, plus Dr. Sue Kane between now and 8 o'clock. Don't go anywhere. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCESD Live channel.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
And we're back at 21 after the hour. Let's do sports to the Les Schwab men's college basketball scoreboard last night. This was a whale of a game. Gonzaga's Rui Hachitamura hit a 12-foot jumper with 0.6 of a second remaining. Number 1 ranked Gonzaga defeats Washington in Spokane. The final was 81-79. Hachimura finished with a team-high 26 points to lead Gonzaga. They're 9-0 on the year. Jalen Noel paced the Huskies. He had 26 points. Washington drops to 6-3 on the season. As you see there, Frank Roberts, 22 points. Cougars, no trouble with Idaho. In the battle for the Palouse, they won 90-70. One score on the Les Schwab girls prep bowling scoreboard from yesterday. Eastmont swept the 2 games and the 2 Bakers to beat Davis. The final 4-0, total pin count of 2,007 to 1,437. Highest scores for the Wildcats, Alicia Hastings, Samantha Hines, and Sky Wilson. The Wenatchee girls, by the way, are on the road today. They're in beautiful Yakima to take on the West Valley Rams at 3 o'clock. The current standings at the midway point have Eisenhower on top. They're 6-0. Wenatchee second at 4-1. Eastmont is third at 3-2. There's still a lot of bowling to be had this year. A lot going on in the high school hoops tonight. Pretty quiet schedule, all things considered. On the girls' side, Antioch is at Cascade Christian at 5. Cascade travels to Clay Elum at 6. On the boys' side, Antioch will follow the girls. As you see there, the Kodiaks will battle the Warriors at 7:30. Everybody into the pool. The Eastmont boys swimming and diving team on the road today in Yakima. The swim against Davis and Eisenhower in Lions Pool starting at 4 o'clock. Hey, it's hockey night on the NCW Life channel like it is every Thursday night. Tonight's game is from a week ago on November 28th. This was a whale of a game. That's when the Wild hosted the Penticton V's. The puck will drop at 7 o'clock tonight with the voice of the Wild, our checker, on the play-by-play right here on your exclusive television home for the Wenatchee Wild, the NCW Life channel. Ready or not, another franchise is coming to Seattle. And no, we're not talking about NHL hockey. Yeah, Vince McMahon is back. I couldn't be more excited. His old league is coming back in 2020. Seattle's going to have one of the 8 franchises in the leagues. Of course, McMahon was the CEO of the World Wrestling Federation. It's now the WWE. He announced Wednesday that Seattle's team will play at CenturyLink Field. The league will begin 1 week after the conclusion of the Super Bowl in 2020. Other cities with teams will be Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles, New York, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, and Washington, D.C. You remember the old XFL back in 2001. They lasted 1 year. They were televised on NBC. NBC pulled the plug, and the league went away. And then after 19 years, it's coming back. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Thursday. Let's do the obscure holiday of the day today. What do you say we agitate some molecules? Let's go microwavey today. It's Microwave Oven Day. Celebrate the microwave oven, which was a game changer for a lot of people. It was invented by American engineer Percy Spencer during World War II. Of course, a microwave uses microwaves, electromagnetic waves, to heat and cook food, and it birthed a brand new industry. Microwaves were terribly expensive until about the early 80s, and they became more and more affordable, and they're certainly convenient. It cuts the cooking time down to nothing. Anybody can use a microwave nowadays. So celebrate today by making all your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, in the microwave. And you know what? Those microwave-only cookbooks really work. They do. If you're just too darn lazy to cook the old-fashioned way, agitate molecules. It's the only way to go. 25 minutes after the hour. Today in history. This isn't such a bad idea. They should do it again. It was on this date, December 6, 1790, 220 years ago, that they moved the capital. The capital, the Congress, was in New York City, and they moved it to Philadelphia on this date. And what happens when you move? We've all moved multiple times. What do? You throw out a bunch of junk you don't need anymore. What am I doing with this? Why do I have this? You get rid of it. Well, why don't we move our nation's capital from Washington, D.C. to, say, Omaha? You know, I mean, the buildings are fantastic buildings. We should move the buildings as they are, take them apart and put them back together in Omaha. But they're going to find all this stuff, boxes full of junk they don't need anymore, and they can throw it away. It might be not such a bad idea. It worked once. Maybe it'll work again. The capital, the Congress, moved from New York City to Philadelphia on this date, 1790. December 6th, 1865, 123 years ago. That, my friends, is the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution. It was ratified, banning slavery. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or other place in their jurisdiction. It was done. Slavery came to an end. By the way, the state that made it happen, that ratified the Constitution, 3/4, was Georgia, and Mississippi ratified the 13th Amendment 5 years ago. They were just a little late. And finally, December 6, 1969, it was supposed to be Woodstock West at the Altamont Speedway in Northern California. It was a free rock and roll concert hosted by the Rolling Stones, Santana, the Jefferson Airplane, the Flying Burrito Brothers, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and the Stones with the headliners. It didn't turn out like Woodstock. In fact, it was the opposite of Woodstock. Meredith Hunter was stabbed to death in the front of the stage by a member of the Hells Angels. 2 concertgoers were killed by a hit-and-run driver. There was a bunch of bad acid everywhere. People drowned in the canal. Cars were stolen. Altamont, the 60s, came to an end on this day back in 1969. And finally, at 27 minutes after the hour, birthdays, just one. Joyce Kilmer, the American soldier, author, and poet, died in World War I. Died 100 years ago at the age of 31. I think that I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Joyce Kilmer's legendary poem, Trees. Joyce Kilmer was born in the state in 1886. All right, gonna take a break. When we come back, we have Everyone is Entitled to Matt McNally's Opinion, plus my conversation with Dr. Sue Kane from the Apple STEM Network, talking about the Code of Honor, the Honor Code. I keep forgetting what to call it. It's a great conversation anyway. But first, let's get Chance the dog a home. It's Kennel Cameos with Megan McPherson.
Hey guys, Megan here with the NCW Life channel. We are here with Don Davies, the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and joining us this week is Chance.
Hi, Chance. Say
Hi,
hi.
Chance.
Say hi. Chance is a little 5-year-old. He's a mix, but probably mostly Chihuahua, but such a pretty color. I don't know if you can see all the colors on TV, but the browns and the blacks and the grays, and he's adorable. He's really sweet. He loves to sit in a lap. He loves to cuddle. I understand that he loves to chase balls, and he is good with other dogs. So he's been out in play groups with other dogs, and he just loves to kind of dart and run and have a lot of fun. Do you want to say hi to Megan? Yep. Hi, Chance. So if you want to see Chance, you can come down to the Humane Society, 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue.
Good boy. Chance, do you want to say something?
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Kennel Cameos is supported in part by Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory in Leavenworth. Not only does the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory have great house-made fudge and super delicious candy and caramel apples, but they also have great doggy treats for your four-legged friends, located at 636 Front Street in Leavenworth. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Make a purchase from a local business and you are supporting your community and your friends. Please stop by and share some holiday cheer with these local businesses.
Squirrel Tree at Cole's Corner in Leavenworth is the place to be. New bar, 8 TVs, 2 pool tables, darts, live music, and great food.
Walk-ins are welcome at Hometown Hearing, and they accept insurance. Demo the latest technology and hearing aids when you have a free hearing check at Hometown Hearing.
Happy holidays from your friends and neighbors.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks, so bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
NCW Life Channel is proud to present the Spotlight on Business. We're going behind the scenes to bring you the story of local businesses throughout North Central Washington. How did they get started, and why are they so successful? We'll answer these and other questions each week with Spotlight on Business, Sundays through Fridays on the NCW Life Channel.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, there's been some stuff recently about men who, due to their Christian convictions, have made a pledge to their wives never to be alone with another woman, not even willing to be alone with some gal in an elevator or something like that. Now, part of the reason is due to avoid temptation. Well, I don't know about you, but I kind of think that possibly recognizing that temptation exists, and as it's going to show up where you least expect it, a better choice might be to say that out of love and respect for my spouse and my marriage vows, I'm going to be a good boy, regardless of who I'm confronted with. I mean, if your commitment is so weak that you have to be careful on elevators, well, maybe you should take the stairs. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Zanica's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Zanika today, www.campfirencw.org.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local-Tel. Kids and families are invited to the Gingerbread House Factory this Sunday at the Local-Tel Event Center at Pybus Public Market. Time slots are 1 to 2 and 2:30 to 3:30. Also Sunday is Handel's Messiah Sing at 6:30 p.m. at the Eastmont Baptist Church. This free collaborative musical experience will raise funds to support families struggle to stay in their homes. For more information, visit ncwlife.com.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Once a month, we set aside some time to bring in somebody from the North Central Educational Services District, and the lovely young lady to my left has been a regular contributor to this program. She is the director of the Apple STEM Network, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, and she's back again for yet another visit. Dr. Sue Kane, who certainly knows your way to our studios, because I think you've done almost every show that we have.
Yeah, we get a lot going on.
You've done this show,
Yeah.
you've done Guada TV.
And Lisa
Yes,
Bradshaw.
yes, you did Life with Lisa
Yes.
Bradshaw. So we should just give you your own show, you know. We'll call it
if I had the time.
Kicking with Kane is what we'll call it, Kicking with Kane. Hi, Sue.
I like that, it's catchy.
Yeah,
Hi, good
I like
morning.
that. This week is National Computer Science Awareness Week, and I know that because Dr. Sue Kane told me, and that ties into our topic of conversation, the Hour of Code, which is a great play on words. Hour of Code in a nutshell, what exactly is it?
So the Hour of Code is an opportunity that typically we do code.org as a partner, and many schools across the nation, actually across the globe, are doing this during the school day, during this first week in December. But we have local schools that are doing it as an outreach event in the evening so that families can kind of come in and see what is this coding all about. And it's a really neat program. It does not require any prior experience with coding. Young kiddos as young as 3 or 4 have sat down and been successful at coding for an hour, and there's a variety of kind of plug and play programs that kids can choose to play anywhere from those early learners to maybe a 12th grader can sit down and kind of engage and learn a little bit about what is this coding and how does it work within 1 hour. So it's
that's remarkable. Just in an hour.
It's your very first lesson. It's really interesting. Actually, the thing that comes to mind. So there's Larry Henderson here. He's an adjunct instructor at Wenatchee Valley College. Teaches computer science, and his daughter Renee Hartwell is a local computer scientist, coder, and she once told me you can learn to code, or her dad told her, you can learn to code in 5 minutes and a lifetime. And it's true, because the foundational concepts are something that you can pick up pretty easily, but it's like language. It's nuanced and it's specific to the problem that you're trying to solve. So what's really neat is you can get that initial introduction in an hour and learn a little bit about what it is and what's under the hood of that device that you're carrying in your pocket for most hours of the day, I guess.
Yeah, computers don't just run themselves. Somebody has to write the code to make the computers do what you want it to do.
That's right. Yeah, we were just talking ahead of the show, and I was telling you, you know, they talk now about not learning to code as being something that you know, really just sets a student up to be just a consumer of technology for the rest of their life. If you give them a little bit of awareness or exposure to what that computer language is like, you give them a possibility for being creators of the technology that comes tomorrow, and that's a really inspiring sentiment to hang on to.
And it's a combination. It can be both creative and who's kidding who. That's where the jobs are going to be, is writing code for these massive machines that basically are now running our lives. That's if you're a code writer and you don't even have to be very good at it, you can make a pretty good living at it, can't you?
Oh my goodness. So, I mean, and you think about the industries today in North Central Washington and how many of them are now introducing technology and computer science. Agriculture is one of the biggest tech sectors in Washington State right now, and we are right in the middle of it. And you talk about like energies and renewable energies and monitoring water. Any of these things have applications for computer scientists. We just I was just able to go to the launch of the new Hydro Research Institute that the PUD has launched with Kirk Hudson, and he's doing big data science and big data analytics. These are all applications that computer scientists are going to have their pick of industries to work in.
It's funny, you mentioned farming and you mentioned agriculture and orchardists, and that's usually an heirloom kind of a job. You know, your grandfather was an orchardist and you inherited it from your dad and on down the line. But you don't think that technology and farming or running an orchard necessarily help each other. But the bottom line is, like anything else, if you want to grow the best crop and get the best yield and the best price, you have to embrace technology, even as a farmer who's used to working with his hands and his...
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we think about, farming was and still is a considerable gamble because you're dependent on a whole lot of things that are out of your control, right?
And you want to cut down on
the risk factors
as much as possible. Yeah.
And so, you know, we do things in our daily life when you drive a car to, you know, reduce risk. We do things in other industries as well. You think about weather and how precise the weatherman tells you about the weather now, and that is a technology that maybe 20, 30 years ago it was a science, but it wasn't the technology that it is now, and it can tell you it's about to rain in 5 minutes and you're pretty confident that it's going to rain in 5 minutes. And so having that same sort of technology in agriculture gives us predictive analytics on what the yields are going to be like and how to maintain the best possible yield in the conditions that you've been provided. So it's neat. It's really neat.
This is, you mentioned this is both for kids and parents.
Yes.
What do you want parents to get out of this? If they show up at any of these schools throughout the course of this week for this honor of code, what are they supposed to get out of this?
You know, okay, so I'm gonna take off my educator hat for a second, and I will tell you about the experience as a mom, because I first got to go to an hour of code at Lincoln Elementary 2 years ago. Tina Nick Pam Brown invited myself and my son, who was at the time 3. And I sat down with him with this tablet, kind of thinking, well, I'm going to have to find something entertaining for him. What floored me was how easily he started to navigate and solve problems. And the Code.org program has set it up so that students are coding and they're writing lines of code and they're solving problems. And there's little videos that introduce you to the problem that you're solving and kind of the rules that that you use to solve that problem. But he sat down, and within 10 minutes we were going, and he was showing me things.
And he was 3.
And he was 3. It's really intuitive to them because you know these tools and these devices are something that they don't know what they don't know life without these things, right? So as a parent, we want you to go in and we want you to observe what's going on and how your son or daughter can be, you know, really empowered by that idea, that identity, that connection, and being able to solve those problems. And you know, if you want to get your hands on a device and give it a try, we encourage you to try that as well. It's something that I think is enjoyable. It's a lot of fun, actually. So.
And it's not. It shouldn't be intimidating. The 21st century is the 21st century. It's here, people, and technology is not going away. It's as simple as that. Technology can be somewhat intimidating to many people. You know, hey, my computer works and I'm happy with it. How my computer works, the guts of it, doesn't concern me, but it should concern those people who want to have a good, well-paying, rewarding job down the line, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We are seeing the same sort of disruptive technology in our jobs that you know, we've seen many other times before that absolutely revolutionize the types of jobs that are out there and the skills and abilities that are out there. So
this is taking place all through this week. Thursday, that's today. You're going to be at Abraham Lincoln Elementary School from 6 to 7:30, and then all this week you've been at Wenatchee High School. If you don't even have a kid in the school districts around North Central Washington, you just show up and see what this is all about.
You can go in and see what this is all about, and you should, because if you are paying taxes and you are voting, you should know that your schools are doing their best to serve kids and teach them these important skills for them to have, for them to be able to get jobs. So especially in those cases, I would say, you know, poke your head in and see what this is all about and see what your schools are up to, because this is a really neat thing to witness.
It's funny how the roles have changed. You know, it was your parents who was trying to steer you in the right direction for a career, and now it's the kids who are coming home from school and say, I want to be a computer scientist, or I want to write code, or I want to do this and do that, something that the parents wouldn't even consider as they were growing up. You know.
Sure, it was not a thing yet. Yeah, it was not a thing. I suppose at one point, having a TV show of your own was not a thing you could conceive.
Never conceived it.
You know, it's amazing that the most recent statistic I heard was that 80% of the jobs that these kids that are in school right now will have are not things that we've even thought of yet. 80% is a good number. So I think this is an interesting time to be in, for sure.
One more question. We're going to talk about another event that's coming up. Do the parents get it? I know the teachers get it, because I've had many, many teachers on this program. They understand science, technology, engineering, and math is a key skills that any kid has to have moving out into the great, big, scary world of ours. But do the parents get it? Do they understand it? Having a good, solid STEM or STEAM education is absolutely vital. They do. In fact, Google and Gallup did a poll in 2015, and a considerably sized poll, and 90% of American voters indicated that they felt computer science was essential for their student to have. So they do. They get it. They're not quite sure what it looks like, but we know we need to have it, you know. So this is a way for you to kind of go in and check out and see what it actually is that we're... It's never too late to learn about technology. You can't go through life with your head buried in the sand. I tried that. For one thing, you get all the sand in your ear canal. It's very, very uncomfortable. This other big event that you were talking about, when you got in here, talk about this. So if you can't make it out tonight for an hour of code and you haven't been able to come to the ones earlier this week, then on Saturday, come by at Clovis Point Intermediate School at about 4 o'clock. This Saturday, there will be the first Lego competition, the Wenatchee Regional Qualifier. It's again another coding. This time it's got a robotics application. We have 23 teams coming from all over North Central Washington. These teams are about 10 kids. They've spent the better part of the last 4 months doing some kind of a robotics program. They write all their own programs to move the robot around the playing field. There's challenges and obstacles that the robot is solving. They have a timed amount that is on the board, and they can solve as many missions as they can within that time, and they've got some constraints. It's really neat. It's the 50th anniversary of the lunar mission, and so their theme this year is called Into Orbit, and all of the robotic missions are going to be space themed. And it's amazing to see these kids. These are 4th to 8th graders. So imagine a team of 10 10-year-olds who have worked together collaboratively to design a bunch of robotic missions, and it's very exciting. There's a lot of high fives. And yeah, it's funny because I was talking to Dr. Garn Christensen, who's a huge supporter of this, the superintendent of the Eastmont School District. He goes, if you've never been to these competitions, it's like a high school basketball game. It's like the kids are jumping and yelling, and they're having a good time, and the things are out moving around, and the people are cheering them on. He says it's not like you're sitting in in a very quiet science classroom learning how to. He says it's exciting, it's energetic.
They all have their team T-shirts on,
Yeah.
so you've got all of these. They're coming to East Wenatchee, and thanks to Dr. Christensen and Mr. Celebrezzi, who's hosting at Clovis. We have teams from Nispelem and Soap Lake coming over, and local teams here, and it's incredible to watch. He's right. They're excited. They're interactive. We have a fleet of volunteers coming to put this on for the day. Lots of our city leaders are judges for different aspects of the projects that they're doing. So
you said judging. How does the scoring work? Is there breaking down by some of this? You're being judged by a professional. Other of it, you just have to get this job done in this amount of time.
No, it's actually really kind of complicated.
Okay.
So they get judged on things like, they call it their gracious professionalism, but it's their core values. So there actually is a panel of judges that are going to look at the way that team worked together, because that's an important. How did you work in a team? How did you work to overcome some of the challenges that you met when you were trying to figure this mission out? Some of it is in the actual robot design. So, it's iterative, and so you'll get teams that went big and tried to go for everything, and at the day of, they've only got maybe one mission that works really well for them. You've got other teams that said, we'll start small and we'll get 2 different missions done really well, and if we have time, we'll add more. So their approach is something that they'll have a chance to talk to the judges about, and they'll get a score for that. And then they have to do some kind of a project as well, and they have to talk to the judges about that project. So this year was all about what kinds of things are humans going to need for long missions in space, and they could pick some kind of a social or physical need that humans would have, and they have to talk to the judges about that. So you have to really be thoughtful about the field that they're exploring with robotics, and then they get also a score for their robotic timed competition. They're worth different point values, the different missions. So when you wrap all of that up, you have teams that really excel at the robotics, but maybe they didn't excel at the core values, and they didn't work all together. That actually is balanced with a team that really came in and worked really well through this, had some challenges, but kind of figured out along the way. So it's interesting, and it's anybody's game. So.
And there's hardware to be handed out at the end, I suppose. There's prizes.
There are prizes, and Wenatchee is a regional qualifier for the state qualifier. State qualifier is a regional for Worlds. Wow. So it's one of those things where last year we sent 5 teams onto state, and I think 1 advanced from there as well. So it's neat. It's a fun time. It's 4 o'clock on Saturday. It's open to the public. Just kind of come in and check out again.
How long does it last so people can plan out their time?
It doesn't, oh gosh, the 4 o'clock is the award ceremony. So now this is a really important part, right? I'm managing a few events.
I understand.
This week.
She's a little busy.
Yeah, so the tournament, actually, the play starts at noon, and then the award ceremony is at 4 o'clock. So if you want to see the robots in action, plan on coming about noon, and then the awards will be at 4 o'clock.
Sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
Absolutely fascinating.
Thank you. I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, every once in a while I try and pay attention. Because I have my own television show, and who knew that was going to happen all those years ago? Dr. Sue Kane from the Apple STEM Network. Good to see you.
Always great.
And if I don't see you, have a nice Christmas and a happy holiday and Happy New Year.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But I may have to drop by Clovis on Saturday.
Oh, you
should.
Yeah, come down.
Yeah. Dr. Christensen invites you, you go. That's what you do.
That's right.
We're going to take a quick break, then we'll be right back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Club Crow is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow Saturday nights. We have live bands to rock the night away. Club Crow is bringing comedy to Kashmir. Check out our Facebook page for upcoming dates. Live jam session first Sunday of every month. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Kashmir, the coolest place in town.
Collins Fashions has your lifestyle in mind. Casual to special occasions, head-to-toe styling, foundations to shoes, jewelry, scarves, handbags, awesome gifts too. Denim brands from Liverpool, Not Your Daughter's Jeans, French dressing, all fits and sizes. Slacks from Joseph Ribkoff, Renoir, Tribal, and Elliott Lauren. Easy care and flattering. Stylish sweaters from Icelandic, Curio, and Tribal. Great selection of cashmere sweaters and scarves too. We always have you in mind at Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
I came here to CVCH because one of my friends referred me. When I met Dr. Jocelyn, she was just amazing. She connected with my son and it meant so much to me. He opens up so quickly because she just sits there and plays with him. It really is like going to see a friend. It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted and respected. It just feels like home.
We are back live here from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee. I am Dan Kuntz. Beautiful sunrise. Sunrise just came up about 7:33 this morning. We're losing, about a minute of daylight each and every day till we get to the 21st day of December. That is the winter solstice, and then the days will gradually get longer. And we may have our first measurable snow on the valley floor Sunday night into Monday. Let's take a look at your weather forecast from the National Weather Service. A couple more days of sunny and cool temperatures. 32 our high today, which is just about normal, maybe a degree or two below normal, but it's going to be dry and cool, no real problems at all, both Thursday and Friday. High pressure is still large and in charge. Now, things are going to start changing Friday night. We're going to cloud up a little bit Friday night. Could even see just a light snowflake, nothing real big. Overnight low of about 23. Saturday, a slight chance of some light snow early Saturday morning. It's not going to stick around, and a partly sunny skies will top off at about 36 on Saturday afternoon. Slight chance of light snow on Saturday night. Again, nothing big. 27 for the overnight low. Sunday night is when things get kind of interesting, as a wet weather pattern begins to emerge on Sunday night, and we are going to have, it looks like, snow Sunday night into Monday morning. We're talking the wee small hours of the morning while you're sleeping Sunday night and get ready to start another week of work on Monday. You're going to wake up Monday morning to some snow on the ground. Again, it's not going to last very long. It's not going to be very much, and it's going to melt because we're looking at a high of 37, and that could switch over to rain by mid to late morning on Monday. Then we jump ahead to Tuesday, and again, a rain-snow mix is a possibility, but highs near 40, not going to stick around, and a high right around 40 under partly cloudy skies on Wednesday. The place that really needs the snow is up in the Cascades, and they are going to get some snow. The passes right now are fine. You're not going to have any problems at all. That's a live shot of I-90. Everybody is bare and dry across the board on Snoqualmie Pass, on Stevens Pass. We have a live shot of that there. There you go, Stevens. There's no issues at all. Doesn't even look like there's any cars up there for that matter. And on Blewett Pass, there's no problems at all in the mountain passes. But yes, as you might imagine, they're going to get some snow. Again, same kind of deal right around Saturday night to Sunday. The heaviest snow accumulations on Sunday night. 2 to 4 inches of snow is expected in the mountain passes, less on I-90 and less on Blewett, and maybe right around 4 or even 5 inches of snow Sunday night into Monday morning on Stevens Pass, and then intermittent snow showers Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that kind of deal. But they are going to get some measurable snow Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, spilling into Monday morning in the Cascades, so a heads up on that. And they need the snow. They're way behind on the snowpack this year in the Cascades. One more friendly reminder about the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. It's still going strong, but we need your help. When you're out and about shopping for this holiday season, we're asking you to pick up a brand new unwrapped toy and drop it off at any of our sponsor locations. There's a bunch of them here. Obviously, both Les Schwab locations, Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, Cashmere Valley Bank. Both locations, Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. Hooked on Toys is perfect. It's one-stop shopping. You can pick up the gift and then leave it right there. You can even pick up gift cards at any place you want. Sangster Motors is a drop-off location. Our friends at Country 104.7 KKRV works in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. Let's help out those kids. We wrap it up, by the way, on December 15th. My guest tomorrow will be 3 members of the Wenatchee Figure Skating Club. Their holiday extravaganzas this weekend. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.